How goes it, everyone? Welcome back to Give It a Go, the series where I give a game a go before potentially in the future playing it for a full series. Obviously, this time around, we don't have that option currently because it is still the Steam Next Fest going on from June 9th to June 16th. So we are playing demos. And this time, as you can see, we are playing Rue Valley in this weirdly silent main menu. I honestly thought there was something wrong with my volume or something wrong with the game at first when I first launched this. So I even I launched the game for half a second just to load in to see if there was sound, and there is. So there's just the main menu is quiet. It's just quiet. But anyways, yes. If you're seeing this between June 9th and June 16th, go check it out. But if this has any interest to you, check it out. You could still look at it after some devs leave their demos up. I can't speak for the devs. But if it's between that time, it should still be there. What is this game? It's supposed to be a Disco Elysium-like, if you will, if you've played that game. It's the best way I can describe it. I don't think any of the devs are involved. I think it's an entirely different studio. I don't think there's anyone over there. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it's just inspired by. All right. It's supposed to deal with a dude. I think it's something like, he's got like personal issue, like mental health or something like that, or something along those lines. And like he's got like this Groundhog Day or something. I think I could be wrong. Like, we should just, honestly, let's just get into it. Hopefully the sound like levels are okay, because I roughly balanced them. I don't know. We won't know until we play. Anyways, let's go. You gotta pick your things. Should I kind of around myself? We could. Well, I'm definitely a bit more of an introverted person. That much is true. Switch traits. What does that mean? Huh. I'm a little bit awkward. I don't know if I'm necessarily secretive. I'm not that far gone. That's not the right way to say that, but whatever. I could definitely be a little impatient at times. I'm not so much reckless. Can you put points on both sides? No. It's an either or situation. Okay. I know I have more all up in whatever things as I go here. I'm not an unkind person. At least I don't consider myself to be. I don't think I'm flat either. I also don't think I'm like guilt-ridden. I feel bad about stuff. I definitely overthink about crap, personally. I know you're not supposed to necessarily play it as yourself, but this is the first time I'm playing. This is the easiest way for me to kind of balance a character, and then I'll turn things up to an extreme. So, like, I mean, I would probably sit something like this or so, but now I'll have to turn things up, and I guess gotta turn it up a lot more. I got 3 more. Should I just balance it even? Maybe we'll push that up on, and then we'll go here. How's that? So, like I said, it's not quite me, but it was just a kind of a starting off point. It's good enough, I think. Though I already have some issues with that thing, with that layout. I can talk about that after. Okay. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room. What's that? That keeps popping up. I'm trying to read. Total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things. It's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Yeah, I know that feeling all too well. Anything else I can interact with before I proceed? No. Okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Traits. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. I understand. I guess we might as well make use of this. Why not? Terribly sorry, my mind wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Status effects. Red ribbons on the character portrait show the status effects of your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. Okay. So the total lack of motivation. Okay. Slight lack of motivation, more like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Personality. Sorry, I was having a sip of coffee. Personality. Your personality is represented in this... oh my god, voice crack. My voice. Doing a lot of recording lately. Doesn't have the stamina I once did. Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality axis that you defined during the character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Select/hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
So, impulsive. Being called quite impulsive is just another way of saying you're a doer, not a thinker. Yeah, definitely not a thinker. Introverted. As a very introverted individual, you neither enjoy nor know how to communicate with others, especially strangers. That's not correct. That's not what introversion is. I'm going to call that out as it is right now. As an introverted person, you don't... I like people. So that whole, like, you neither enjoy others... That's not true. You also do know how to communicate. It's much more nuanced than that. There's different levels to it. I'm going to call that out right away. That bothers me. Sorry. Sensitive. As a somewhat sensitive person, you easily empathize with others and are prone to surrender to your own emotions. Okay? Jesus. Silence befalls the room, a muffled clanging sound from outside, only making the moment more uncomfortable. I'm fine. I'll try.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
No questions, get up. Can't you simply state that I'm fine? So it's another session really necessary? Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere? That's what I want to know.
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the clan's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles.
For half a second, I thought he said clans, and I was like, what the fuck? No, clients, I think, is what he said.
This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone. Yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about everything in due time. Any other questions?
Should I just ask everything? Or should I go with my impatient? Nah, let's go with my impatient. He glances at the clock, almost too fast for you to notice.
All right then. That's it for today.
The hell? Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Oh, do I have control? I think I have control. No, I don't. Okay, he continues. Sorry. Next to you is the source of the clangs. You heard a woman from inside, a young woman, beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Use left click to run. What? Oh, right. I guess because you're...
Spit it out already! Come on, you thief!
Could she we be here for therapy as well? Blocked to total lack of motivation. Oh. Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Poor woman. She should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. And that's loud, man. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. Sure. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines whenever they do, or wherever they go? Perhaps you could speak with her. See if she could help. You could help somehow. I can't. Or is that too much to ask right now? It is. I don't got it on me. I don't got it in me.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Okay, so it's double click. Double click and you can run. It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Okay. So yeah, you gotta like click around, you can find
Give me
stuff.
my coffee, you jerk.
The machine wheezes in suffering.
Spit it out already.
Interact with any of this stuff. I know I'm supposed to go to the office. I just want to look around.
Come on, you thief.
Look in the garbage. Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty. A partially eaten breakfast. Some clothes torn and faded. All covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. It's loud. Hundreds of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent. The longer you look, the more you see it, the reflection of your inner self. That's not what's inside me. You finally step into the puddle and onto yourself. I don't need to look at this. See if I can figure out the volumes of this, because it's so loud when you zoom in.
Break you open.
See if that makes a difference. I don't know if it will. Transfer is buzzing softly. Yeah, they do that. That's what they do. I'm leaving. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith, the heat absorbed by asphalt. You won't get far without a car. Stare at the road for a little while. The feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare and wish for what could have become the young man that you once were a long time ago. I feel like I didn't read that correctly. It was already late afternoon when you saw this sign for the first time, as the bus door opened and a wave of desert heat hit you in the face. An older woman, there was a young person with bright pink hair. Burly man with thick beard left an impression for sure. Pink hair. They were scrolling through their phone with a bored expression, seemingly completely disinterested in their surroundings, as if they lacked any real connection to the outside world. The old woman, sitting in the back of the bus, her nose was buried in a book during the whole trip. Her wrinkled face was contorted in a look of intense concentration, as if she were trying to solve some complex puzzle. And a man with a thick beard. He was leaning against the window, staring out at the desolate landscape with a faraway look in his eyes. He seemed lost in thought, as if trying to make sense of something that had happened to him a long time ago. I don't want to think about these people. And why would you? Even as you were disembarking from the bus, they meant nothing to you. But outside, next to the bus sign, Dr. Fink's smiling eyes were watching you, his brow dripping with sweat in the intense desert heat. He was already analyzing me. Trying to think of... Oh, I should have read it first. Welcome to Rue Valley, he proclaimed, like some poorly written NPC from an outdated video game. I'm Dr. Fink, your therapist for the duration of your stay here. It all happened less than 2 hours ago, yet it feels like an eternity has passed since then. So we're still pretty fresh here. Okay. Let's go look up top before I head up to the office. Why is the man climbing stairs like that? See if anything highlights. No. Oh, this does.
Give me my coffee, shark.
The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but the number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Try the knob. You press the knob and push the door, half expecting it to work. It's locked. Try the knob again. It's still locked. Alright, fine. Fine, we won't break in. I'm assuming that's gonna end up being my room. And the game's like, no, you have to go to the office first. You don't know where you're staying at. You don't have a key. Alright, fine. To the office we go.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet and
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call. Is this the pink hair girl?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's more like reddish orange, but... Mm-hmm. Social check. Try to get her attention. Sure. Failure. Too introverted. Okay. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own and end the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the call. After a few dozen anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realize she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. Awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space. Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue. So in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. I understand.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
Is there anything else I can click on? Check the leaflets. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water. Above it all, the Coral Density logo. Look at the other side. Picture of an endless desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favorite space agency." Take it with me. It's mine. It's mine now. Belongs to me. You can't have it anymore. Inventory. Items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon. For example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. Okay. Oh, I can't grab any of these. Yeah, that's all the same. In my phone, so I can scroll through my phone. Is there anything else I can interact with? What's that? A list of rules you can't be bothered with right now. Okay.
The credit card machines are dead. We can't access reservations.
Look at the window. The relentless dirt has smudged and stained the glass. Beyond is the endless flat of the desert. Its vastness is hypnotizing. Stare through the window. Sure, let's do that. Let's just stare out the window until she finishes the call. Beyond the empty parking lot, there's only barren desert, stretching as far as the eye can see. Its emptiness is drawing you in. You hear the reception mutter as if answering some unasked questions of yours. Contemplate this profound insight. Try to count as many tiny bushes out there as there are. Smudge your sweaty... I only count the bushes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The large one over there could count as 3 tiny ones. That's 8 then. And then this one makes 9. Very good. Who doesn't like counting bushes? Dang, that was a long phone call, lady. After a while, the window stops being interesting. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
She seems to get interrupted by the person on the other end of the line. All right, should we change it up? Let's get away from the window.
No, I don't want to cuss.
There's probably something else we're supposed to be doing, but why not? Let's have a seat. Let's mess with my phone. Even though we don't have Wi-Fi, but play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Scroll through your... sure. Until she finishes the call. Touch one of them. It's loud. You tap the one carrying the golden fork, and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotch. Oh, God. It's too loud. It's too loud. I'm not even going to read it. It's too loud. Jesus. It may not be so bad for you guys. I can try and balance it out a bit more, but... Oh, my ears. Lady, you got to get off the phone. Let me some water. Hold on. As your mind spins around the absurdity of the game, I can't read when this is loud. I can't do it. I'm being so overwhelmed with sound. I gotta take my headphones off. You stare at the bunch of random characters on the screen, but the sense of it all escapes you. Tap on the big guy. You press your finger against the monocladed watchman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying, Temporal disruption. What the hell is going on? The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. Huh? The antagonists gather around the pile of boxes, stand still in the weirdest poses. Quit the game, tap somewhere. Look if anything different is on the screen. There is. A small timer at the edge of the screen is ticking down, and it's gone. The screen comes alive for a split second, and the antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. And before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in black. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Protagonists defeated. Quit the game. Well, with a quick swipe and a finger flick, the game is gone, and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider, and you're getting restless.
Hi, yes, Coral Destiny Antenna, Rue Valley Motel. Oh, case number?
She says to the person on the other end. I guess we can scroll through, or there's got to be something else we can do, right? Until she finishes the call. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of an ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. Scroll some more. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby thanks to a cleverly applied filter. Both of them sport donkey ears. Scroll some more. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. After a while, you realize that neither the pictures nor the posts are loading correctly. Check the signal. 1 bar. You get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Seems like all these posts were from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. Time goes by, and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
Misheard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Hey, she finally did it.
Hi! Can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
Let's just get this over with.
Right away. Let's get you into your room.
At this point, I want to be out of this situation as badly as possible.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor.
Oh,
Everything
really?
is ready for you. And...
She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
Thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is incredibly excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well,
No.
we decided to
No.
modernize for
That's-
a number of reasons.
They're not that new anymore. Key cards are gray. She nods in response, but continues as if you haven't said anything. Please.
Actually, one reason to be
Please, I'm
modernize
dying
is
inside,
just
for
because
real.
the
I want to
key
leave
is
this situation now.
exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
It's my fault. Well, being so slow and lethargic certainly adds to the impression of a person with lots of time to waste. Listening to her story is unbearable, but it's your punishment. While taking a breath between two sentences, she take a look at your sad face, only to continue.
So, yes, we decided to use electronic key cards. Costs us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
Can we finish this, please?
Of course, of course.
She takes a deep breath, only to continue
How
talking.
great is that?
Ah.
It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts down the phone and hands you the key card.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Sign it.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy.
Bye. I want to leave. I need out of this situation, please and thank you. Oh, Lord. It's like a worst nightmare situation for me. An old vending machine. Its metal shell, bleached by years. Alright, anything new out here from interact with? Where'd the girl go? She finally gave up? Kicking the machine? Okay, let's go to our room. What do we got? Free Wi-Fi? Liars. It's not working. Phone. Clean rooms. Cable TV. Vending machine. Vending machine broken. Phone may be questionable. Something tells me room's not going to be that clean. Let's go find out. Man, you walk... Don't... You're going to hurt yourself or something. Climbing stairs like that. Come on now. Who's crying? Thought I heard crying in there. Key card. I knew this was going to be my room. A tiny green dot of light shows near the knob. The door is unlocked. Enter the room. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. No, let's not immediately sit down. Illicit rules, you can't be bothered with that right now. Okay. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase, your suitcase, the smallest one you own. I can't deal with this right now. Put it away. Yeah, it's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel even harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Impatient. I can't be bothered with this right now. Straight to bed. Oh, I should have went to the bathroom or something. Well, living out of your suitcase is the surest way to feel transient. This way, you can at least continue telling yourself that the therapy will be over soon. This can never be home. Honestly, it'll do. It is now, whether you like it or not. Okay, cool. I can look in there before I jump into bed. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Look in the mirror. The mirror splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. Let's do it. Let's take our related to our thingy, whatever. You're not as old as you look. Half of it is probably just due to poor hydration. You have more than enough time. More than enough time left to waste. Look at the mirror again. Is there anything else? A stranger who looks exactly like you is looking you straight in the eye. Leave. Anything else? No. Okay. Guess we're going to bed. Crawl into bed. That's one way of doing it, I guess. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming into this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Mess with your phone. Check out the leaflet. I guess we're gonna have to mess with our phone. That's what we do in this modern society, right? Oh, I don't want to play this. It's too loud. Scroll through and hope sleep will come. You start scrolling again, hoping a small amount of bandwidth slips through the cracks of the invisible field that connects us all. Scroll and hope. This is useless. Without an actual internet connection, you won't be able to see much. Alright, fine. Put it away. Let's look at the leaflet again. Anything more? Read the leaflet to kill some time. A picture of a huge rock. Yeah, we already read that one. And hope sleep will come. You start to read the tiny letters that contain everything you're not interested in. It reminds you of times you forgot your phone while going to the bathroom and were forced to read blurbs from cleaning products and air fresheners. Just read on. I should have done the other option. At Coral Destiny, we believe innovation should serve the everyday need of the communities around us. That's why we proudly provide fresh, purified bottled water, completely free of charge, to the residents of Rue Valley. Delivered regularly and held to the highest quality standard of our water. Our water is just one example of how we're committed to a healthier, brighter future right here on Earth. Zone out. Keep reading. There's more ad lingo, but a nicely framed quote catches your eye. We're proud to share our resources with Rue Valley. Providing clean water is a small part of our mission to uplift the communities that inspire our work. Isabel Watson, Chief Executive Officer, Coral Destiny. Keep reading. We struggle to find more content with at least the same level of excitement. Nevertheless, time begins to pass. That's a long time, it feels like. The small leaflet can only keep you occupied for a short while. Sorry, I was taking a drink again. Leaflet back in pocket. I guess we're going back to the phone. Oh, I'm going to play this damn game. It's so loud, though. Game starts and the already familiar antagonists appear to wreak havoc on your pile of boxes. Squish them all. Oh. Check who's calling. The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious. I know, I hate it. If this was me personally, if I didn't know who it was, I don't answer it. It goes to voicemail. But it's on alert. You silence your phone as the mystery of the caller's identity gently teases you. Fine, we'll play another round. And hope sleep will come. Squish the ball. Well, colors changed. Oh, this feels like it was going on a long time. Enough of this for now. As your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down. As soon as your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Huh? What's this? Mind map memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by clicking on it to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. I understand. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets lying on the desk, and she will address it eventually. But a pathetic attempt at acting, or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? Memory. Chatty receptionist. Okay. You hear a familiar sound. It's your annoying ringtone. The one you promised yourself you'd change ages ago. You put it on silent and ignore it. Now, why would anyone answer a call from an unknown number? Exactly. Unknown. I'm not answering it. Leave me a message. If it's important, I'll call you back. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks. I'm terribly sorry. I wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He's so boring he almost fell asleep. And you apologize to him? You're such a doormat. You have survived the first session with your court-assigned psychotherapist. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems that he plans to keep you here for some time. What else does it say? Someone called you from an unknown number, but you decide not to answer the phone. The motel receptionist was very talkative. Okay. The image of a young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. A young woman apparently holds some kind. Aww. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single vision, suspended between sleep and waking. Dread archetype. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase on your own. Perched on a rumpled motel sheets, everything is packed: clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. I'm ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. When the gap widens just a little and something shifts inside, the suitcase jerks. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go already. Lift the suitcase. But the suitcase feels too alive. With a loud hiss, the seam splits and a snake's head appears, lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then, more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. Close it, close it! You slam the lid down. The latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. I gotta get rid of this suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get it out of here. Out of sight, out of mind, as you descend the stairs. Midway heat pricks your neck with sweat, and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. It's just clothes, a phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You enter the reception area. No one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here. It's too hot. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself? Yes, let's get this over with. Name, date of birth, length of stay. But a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond, spreading across the form. across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. I need to write faster. But the ink is faster yet, and soon it consumes everything you have written. Snatch of the form, start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen, your throat dry. It's no use, just keep writing. You write all the words in black on completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all, but it is. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. The parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt soft underfoot across it. The vending machine glows like a mirage, its glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin, press the button. The machine hums light flickering. Machine hums light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin, press button. You drop another coin. Clink, press, hum, still nothing. Insert coin, press the button. The world narrows to a clink of metal. The press of your finger, the machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. Oh. The checkout. Dream. You tried to leave this damned motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Did I miss this hold the recall button? Not enough willpower. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. And yet it's an echo of my past, but it is an embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain, synapses sparking from nothing. Best to forget about it. I just know it's important. Didn't feel random at all. Could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Nope, not yet. Weird. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urge you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Thirsty. Status effects. Ugh. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point toward the impulsive side. But some other status effects have a much greater influence. In some cases, drastically change the personality you defined in character creation. Your head is still spinning and whirling of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Well, let's gotta find some water. Why you getting out of bed like that? Can I just drink from the tap? Turn the tap on and drink some water. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrid smell fills your nostrils. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell, and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Great. Nowadays, everything is supposedly unhealthy for seed. Oh, great. I don't want to drink that. As soon as the first drop of water enters your mouth, the taste of mud and sharp metals overwhelms you, and before you have a chance to stop, it reaches down your throat and into your stomach. Aim for the sink is the closest option. I have a feeling I won't make it to the toilet. What's in the tub? I made it, I guess. At last, that horrible taste of heavy metals and toxic soil is gone, replaced by one of stinging acid and semi-digested food. But instead of quenching your thirst, you expelled what little liquid you had inside your stomach, making you even weaker and more dehydrated. You fucked up again, Eugene. When will you learn? No, there's gotta be some source. That optimistic assumption. Well, I guess I gotta go outside. And it's gonna be the vending machine that doesn't work, right?
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his
Come
frustration.
on, start, you piece of shit!
Huh. I like the coloring right now. The nighttime coloring. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He's probably drunk. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Come to think of it. Could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. I mean, just collect the rainwater at this point if you're that desperate. Right? I really love like they went with like a green glow. I like that. It's really cool. Reflections are really nice too. Whoa, yeah, Jesus Christ. Scared the crap out of me too. You jump as if someone jabs you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you've ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart. It's racing from the sudden shock. But there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for. So it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out, while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of an empty parking lot. Yep. I got my hood up. Cool. I'm sitting on the bench. Looks uncomfortable. Oh, it looks perfectly fine. Everyone okay in here? Do I want to subject myself to time to talk to her? Sure, why not? The receptionist's eyes are closed, and you can hear music blasting from her headphones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you. She opens her eyes and jumps away, startled by your presence.
Mr. Harrow!
Hi.
Sorry, I didn't notice you. What can I do for you?
I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, yeah, you got my blood pumping. No worries, though. What can I do for you?
I'm thirsty.
Ooh, yes, I forgot. Don't drink the tap water.
Too late. Yeah, who would even consider drinking that black water anyways? Not me. I would never have done that.
You can get a bottle for free at the vending machine instead. Just press the button.
No, thanks.
No problem, Mr. Harrow. Have a nice evening.
Okay, thank you. Good night. Yeah, so it is the shitty vending machine we gotta try and use. Okay. Any new options? Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench it. Truth be told, it's not a half bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Who knows how old that ice is? Plus, there's a vending machine just a couple steps away. Nah, it seems like it's broken. Put some ice in your mouth. Oh man, now I got no choice. You open the machine and put a bit of ice, frozen water on your tongue. It has a flavor. Chew it to help it melt faster. You start chewing on the ice aggressively and your teeth immediately start hurting. God damn it. What the hell? Suddenly the nice guy turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Hide! But you can't hide from the whole sky on fire any better than you can hide from your own past. Anxious apprehension. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second. But as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop? That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. What kind of answer is that? I'm confused by this. What? The receptionist says, whimsically emerging from the whirlwind. I don't remember. It was you, I guess? But the receptionist disappears, and instead a fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Red sky is seeping through the cuts in your eyelids, forming a number. 8 p.m. I think this is where the whole groundhog thing comes in. So I guess maybe we spend our day
Still with me, Mr.
doing
Hero?
whatever, and then we die or whatever, and repeat. I knew it. Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court-mandated therapy. Think of something tasty, interesting, sexy. Oh, let's think of something sexy. Let's get an awkward boner. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a
I'm
moment.
aware that you may be experiencing this slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation. That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention for some unknown reason. Your heartbeat accelerates, and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible. Hmm?
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Sure.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session.
Whoa, my
length to
sensitivity went
exactly
up.
1 hour. Hence the alarm.
Did my introversion go up too? Wasn't I at 3-2? Do we get points in our stuff for doing things? I guess maybe. Or maybe because I'm anxious. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's good to hear. Yeah.
However, since this is your first session,
He stops mid-sentence and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Failure. I don't understand how. Oh, I guess because my sensitivity is way high. That's why I needed to be within that zone, and I was way out of it. Panic, hyperventilate, repeat. Cry your heart out. Let's cry our heart out. Sometimes you need a good cry. Your face wrinkles in spasm and tears. Burst of your eyes suddenly, as if a pressured canister full of ocean water has been ruptured of a stray bullet.
All right to let it out.
You recognize great compassion in his voice. Gradually, sob by sob, you calm down and your breathing slows down to its usual tempo.
There are tissues on the table if you need them.
Thanks. Using the tissue.
Feeling a little better?
He smiles.
Good.
He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
I haven't slept in months.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Reach for the pill.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the purple pill.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow.
Continue.
All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thanks. I didn't check. I don't know if I checked last time if I can interact with stuff.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
Oh, may I use it?
Of course.
Thanks. What you got in here? Got dirty magazines in here? The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat, not to mention that with that decolletage, I can never pronounce that word. She's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title, Lilith undercover. Below, the author's name, T.J. Sampson. Toilet literature. What's happening? A man with your eyes red from crying meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from the daydream. You can't remember, but this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Flash some water on my face. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell. Oh yeah, right. Black water flows out of the old pipe, right. No, I'm not doing that. Should I take the purple pill now? No, I'm supposed to use it for sleeping. It might be funny, but I need it for. I'm gonna keep it for sleep.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
A bit.
That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrell.
Bye. The source of the clangs is a young woman beating up an old vending machine for some unknown reason. Looking at her makes you even more nervous. I talked to her today? Just get away from her. Nope. Cannot. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I don't know how much longer the demo is. It could be 5 more minutes. Who can say? But I think it's plenty long at this point for you guys to get a gist of it. I'll probably finish it myself off camera. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, in the beginning, I definitely had strong feelings towards that whole introverted thing. It's a common misunderstanding that people that are introverted do not like people. We don't like social whatever. We like people. We're perfectly fine with people. And again, like I said, everyone's different. But introverts don't dislike people. We just don't have the social battery, if you will, that extroverts often have. Right? We prefer, yes, kind of being up by ourselves and limited but valuable and deep connections, if you will, over just kind of general social interactions, right? With like large groups or whatever. But again, like I said, we don't dislike people, despite kind of the way this game framed it. It also made us seem like we're completely useless and like brain dead or something. Like how we were so introverted we couldn't speak up and be like, hey, get off the phone. We might be a bit more patient and quiet about it at first. And again, every person's different. And it's more than just being an introvert. Being an introvert doesn't necessarily mean you won't speak up. It comes with its other traits as well. So I have that problem with the game and the demo. I don't know if that can change at this point because it's obviously a core feature. So it is what it is. In terms of the game itself, I like the art. It's definitely up my alley. I really like that nighttime kind of color wave, if you will. Colorway. Whatever. I like that. And I enjoyed Disco Elysium. So if you enjoy Disco Elysium, you're probably going to enjoy this as well. Seems like it's got a unique spin where you're repeating what I'm assuming is repeating the day over and over again. And then depending on how things go and how you respond and what you do, it can make the next day different, potentially open up other options, close off other ones. I'm going to assume. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun. Overall, I had fun. Like I said, my biggest gripe is just you're dealing with a bit of a touchy, can be dealing with a bit of a touchy subject. Obviously, there's like an emotional thing with the therapy, trauma response, because obviously I'm assuming something happened to this guy, which is why he's here and why anyone else is going to be here. So there's probably going to be some sort of trauma response and emotional journeys and all that stuff. But there's definitely a bit of a outdated, loose, kind of heavy-handed definition of what things are, i.e., like I said, introversion. But anyways, that's it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Are you interested in checking this game out yourself? Is this kind of something you had on your radar? Did you even know about it? You've been watching it? You still gonna try to check it out after watching this video? Let me know. And yeah, if you're new, be sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you. Leave a like down below if you liked it. Dislike as well. That's also okay. And we'll see you in the next video.